Hey everybody, it's Eduardo here with your DraftStream final results and new talent pool. And guess who won? Yes! Finally! You'd think I didn't make this game or something. Your boy, Swag Official, in the building at the very tip top, 1,466 points, about 30 off the perfect call sheet in an somewhat absurdly high average week, and this is factoring in above average. This is factoring in the new scores as well. I mean, I think I shared my thoughts at the beginning of the slate that I thought it was going to be a down week. Oh no, it is up, and in some very very interesting ways. We'll go over real quick. So I took first place. Thank you. Gamble 24x7 gets first place money in second. Henner YYZ second place, and Jaybird off from his 1 week hiatus slides into third. And G24, the homie, almost got the perfect call sheet. Got oh so close. We'll cover that in a second. But let's first go high and see what happened here. And it was that all so crucial optimal stack of paranormal that came through. And kind of belatedly, too. This is the type of series, I think it's foreign drama, an Arabic foreign drama that just did gangbusters with the Google review. That's actually what I think made the leap. Because paranormal was kind of chugging under the radar. And then, yeah, a 97 from Google users. So, I mean, unexpected. We've been trained to see foreign dramas if they aren't well advertised coming out the box, just kind of slip under the radar and not even get a Google user score. But this one did gangbusters, and maybe it was because it ran so hot on IMDb that people must be talking about it. And I won't lie, I'm inclined to check it out now. This seems kind of interesting. What is paranormal about? It is about, in the 1960s, the series, packed with mystery and suspense, depicts the adventures of paranormal leading character Dr. Rifat Ismail, a single hematologist who finds himself faced with a series of supernatural events. Okay, maybe not. I don't like scary stuff. But kudos to it. Oh, and as you can see, since noon, it's already dropped a little bit to 8.8, but still the score remains. The score stays 8.9 from IMDb users who put paranormal over the top. So it's this optimal stack of paranormal here in the heart of it. And headliner stacks Love and Anarchy, NCIS Los Angeles. Did not see that coming. Shout out to Normcore CBS Dramas and the A Word, Sundance, which actually I think had always been kind of tracking. Noticeably missing is the highest salaried title of the slate, Save Me, which, I mean, in what turns out, and this is what we can learn from this, y'all. This is what we can learn from this weekend. Because there was relative parity at the top between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 titles all over 100 points, and then a handful in the 90s. Turns out you didn't need to spend $17,000 for Save Me. You could have saved that extra $2,000 and change and gone with the A Word and get you a headliner stack like that. So now, after last week's 7-2-1 headliner co-star day player construction, we are back to the boring 8-1-1 headliner co-star day player model. And in my winning call sheet, oh yeah, I over-indexed on paranormal. I sussed that one out pretty quick. I didn't think it was going to do 115 though. That's pretty bizarre. But I did suss that out early. I figured it'd be a nice nice value. There'd be nice value there, and I used that extra money to go up to 17,000 and 16.9 for Lenny James and Suran Jones in Save Me. As I mentioned, I think I watched the first. Did I watch the first 2 episodes? I watched at least the first episode. So, and it's off to a good start. And then Love and Anarchy and Mom. And Mom, I was basically just going for safety. You know what you're getting after 7 previous seasons with Mom. And Love and Anarchy, foreign drama. Good value for 9,300. 153 points. It's not bad. So that's how I sailed to win with Paranormal. Only 6 points behind was G24, the homie, who wisely had a Paranormal optimal stack at the heart of his call sheet, and then just missed with his headliner stacks with Mother's Madre, which actually I thought that was actually a really good play. I mean, obviously still was a good play, it just wasn't quite enough to get into first, but although enjoy that first place money. G24. What's that? $60 this week? So enjoy that first place money. And then Love and Anarchy, solid. And then went for points over value with Save Me. But if you could have only squeezed in another Save Me headliner, that would have made the difference. Actually, would that have 157.99? So probably, what's that? Just actually, I'm not sure it really would have made a difference. That's only like a 1.5 difference. And he needed 6. So he needed a little more Paranormal in his life. Although I am a little surprised Madre didn't do a little bit better. But essentially, almost 13x value. It's not bad. Nothing to sneeze at. What else? Henner YYZ. Back-to-back strong performances. And this one, he didn't have nearly enough Paranormal. I like the swing at Possessor Uncut, because you're basically getting a similar amount of points as, say, well, not quite. Well, about 30 points behind, like a Save Me with 5K in savings. I like the exposure to the A word. I like the swing at the Good Doctor, although it didn't quite pan out. 13-3 for 148 points. It's good. You're still surpassing value, but not nearly enough to get to the top. And then he opted for an optimal stack of Love and Anarchy, which I personally think, despite the value to be had, it feels like it just underperformed slightly. And then Jaybird, rounding out the top 3 paid slots, is going to get 10 American dollars for an optimal stack of Love and Anarchy, headliner stacks of Paranormal, The Informer, let's talk about The Informer real quick. I watched that movie over the weekend. I enjoyed it. The Draft Mom saw it also, and it was good. I mean, yeah, I gave it an 8. It's not groundbreaking per se, but it was very tense. A lot of tension involved. Of a fairly, I wouldn't say it's unpredictable, but a fairly engaged screenplay. Let's call it that. Common is in it. It's pretty well cast, I thought. Although Ana de Armas doesn't get a ton to do, but what she does with it is actually pretty good. And then, of course, Joel Kinnaman, all 6'6" of him, ripped and everything, does his thing, tatted up, whatever. But I really like and Clive Owen just playing an asshole bureaucrat. No one plays asshole like Clive Owen does. He just seems like he's so comfortable with being the bad guy. I don't know him personally or anything, but I don't know. He just seems too good at that. And a little bit of prison life, a little bit of slimy guard duty type stuff. I don't know. I liked it. I dug it. So yeah. So the Informer, I like that. So I'm not necessarily surprised that it did well, but not well enough for Jaybird to resume the top. I don't know. I mean, how long's it been, Jaybird, since you won this game, huh? Has it been 3-4 weeks? You losing your touch? Me talking shit. All right, Brown Baby, our mascot. You hate to see it. Slid down damn near Down by the Low Balls. And I think we already covered her call sheet before. What really killed her was Citation, a film that I think we're both going to watch one of these days. Citation killed her. It had only 2 reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and it went from 100 in Rotten Tomatoes down to 50. So basically, the second review that showed up was not fresh. So that definitely hurt its chances. Also, Moonbase 8 just sucks. It's below a default score. I watched the first half hour of it. Well, they're only half-hour shows. There's like 6 of them. They're half-hour shows. And it's not a good show. It's just not. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it another episode to win me over. But I had it as a third screen show. And I couldn't even keep my attention as a third monitor show. So, I don't know. So, I think some coaching is in your future, Brown Baby. Draft Mom, holla at your boy. Okay. And then here on the low end, the low balls. So let's take a look at the low ball call sheet first. 724.39 points is the low. A lot of B positive, a lot of call me brother, and then in order to make it work with the third. With the actor from the third distinct title, it was Moonbase 8. Otherwise, it would have been filled out entirely with Call Me Brother and Be Positive. And so 724.39 points on the low. Oh, just off by 1.5 points. G24, the homie. And it all came down to this. Never kiss a man in a Christmas sweater. That was the deciding factor. And I'm trying to tell y'all, these Hallmark Lifetime freaking shows, they will go scoreless until they debut. And then that one lonely IMDb user score was the difference in this case. It was that 7.3 versus, what was it, Moonbase 8. Well, Moonbase 8 had its scores. All bad. But yeah, it was that and it's predictable. So moving forward, I think we need to take into account just how low the scores for these Lifetime, Hallmark, usually they drop on like a Saturday or a Sunday, just, super cheesy D-list actor studded affairs. I think we need to take into account that just one lonely IMDb user score with the customary 60% weighted bonus, how that could just jack up your lowball call sheets. You were a 1.5 points away from a $25 perfect call sheet bonus. I know you're gonna try. I know you're gonna come back swing this week, G24. Well played, but just off the bonus. So for $15 will be your reward. So $10 $10 for Jaybird. I think what we're doing, $30 for Henry YYZ and $60 for G24, the homie, being paid out this week. Did I get that right? 60. It was, we had $15 rolled over. 10. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So moving on. New week. New titles. Everything from A Teacher down to Valley of Tears. It's gonna be some interesting titles in here this week. I personally am looking forward to A Teacher. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm from Seattle originally, state of Washington. The whole Mary Kay Letourneau stuff went down up here, and I've always been kind of fascinated with like those inappropriate, teacher-student combinations when it's, female driven. It happens, but it's just kind of unusual in our society. So, and especially, at least in the high school range. So I'm interested in this show. I will watch it. I guess it drops tomorrow, late tonight. I think they're starting it on. Oh my goodness, I did this totally wrong. I am so sorry. It is not a Netflix show. That shit is on Hulu. Why do I have a Netflix? All right, we'll fix this in real time. It starts on FX and then it comes to Hulu. I think they're counting it officially as Hulu. So let's call it Hulu. All right. Well, you know what? Actually, let's let's call it FX. I think they're gonna do one a week, right? Sorry, so it's FX. So we'll fix that. A Teacher FX. Okay. So, anyways, it's dropping on FX tonight and coming out on Hulu tomorrow. So, A Teacher, I don't know. I mean, from the research I've done, it looks like it's gonna underperform, but I think there's hidden value here. I just don't know what it is. I think there's hidden value. I don't think it has a Google user score yet. I don't know. I mean, I like Kate Mara. I like Nick Robinson. I really like Ashley Zuckerman. He's Australian. He's done a couple Australian shows I really like. Australian dramas. I don't know. I think that might be some hidden value. Don't know much about Auntie Donna's. Oh, and yeah, so you can tell that Hollywood has finally figured out its pandemic routines, because now the fall TV premieres, the fall TV shows are coming back. I think they call it the One Chicago series, the Night of All Chicago, coming back aptly on Veterans Day, Wednesday. Just all Chicago all the time on NBC. So these are predictably where they're going to be. I don't know if there's any real value there. I mean, if you do the research, you see what the score is going to be. You know what you're going to get. So, what I think is going to be, and Grey's Anatomy, the juggernaut that it is, this actually might be able to ring out some better value than what it's priced. I'm not sure if I even downpriced it. I just kind of put it here in the high 12s because you know what you're going to get. It's going to its 17th season. Everyone loves Grey's Anatomy. The people who just hate on it are people who either just thought it was going on too long and bailed, or bailed after a certain characters of theirs died off. But it's a really solid operation. It's a really solid show. And so in the talent pool, notice I have Grey's. Notice I have what's the other one? So Grey's debuts. Station 19 also debuts, but I fucking hate Station 19. I ain't playing that, so I kicked them out. I put SWAT in instead. Station 19 is an abomination. Let me just go off for a quick cultural cul-de-sac for a second. Station 19 sucks, but because it's Shondaland and they just insist on doing these crossover events, which I refuse to watch. I refuse to watch the Station 19 half of the crossover event coming this Thursday. I'll just figure out through the catch-ups or through osmosis or whatever. I'll just figure it out. I can't stand Station 19. It's blank. It's bland. I don't care if they filmed in my lovely hometown of Seattle, and I think they have located the firefighter firehouse at the gorgeous section of Lower Queen Anne Hill. I don't want nothing to do with it, so it's not my talent pool. Damn it, it's not my talent pool. But that Sunday, Grey's is coming back. Station 19's coming back now in the talent pool, and then also and again Thursdays is just brutal competition. The Unicorn, terrible title, but very very heartwarming, amusing show. That's coming back. I actually think, is that where we're gonna see some value of the Unicorn? Yes, I think the Unicorn could be hidden value here. I think it flew under everyone's radar the first time, but because there are less network shows out to compete with each other, or they're just starting to slowly trickle in, those who either went through the expense of doing, big time pandemic protocols, or are shooting in Vancouver, BC, like The Good Doctor does. I think the Unicorn, I don't think it's undervalued. It's priced appropriately for the data I have, but I think it could actually do better than its previous scores from last season. I think people had time to kind of discover it, and I think it's going to come back with a vengeance. And I had another one I was making this up that I thought was going to be, and this is a wild card here. Now, documentaries on Showtime have been very hit or miss, mostly miss than hit. But I think this one is going to be quietly sexy. This, to me, is what I'm kind of going to be looking at come Thursday afternoon as a value center. It's cheap, but if you watch a trailer, I was an 80s baby from but for the most part, I mean, born in '75, but I mean, I pretty much grew up in the '80s, and I don't really. I mean, all I remember about Reagan is that he sucked, that he was, super conservative, and that crack cocaine kind of exploded on his watch. Right? I wasn't a fan, even though I was like, I don't know. I think I was 8 or 9 when he got reelected in '84. So I wasn't a fan, but the way that the trailer for this show, I mean, it really is. I mean, that trailer is bomb. And look at this. Look at this one sheet. This one sheet's everything. It's got almost like a redacted tape over her mouth and a redacted tape over his eyes. And if you watch the trailer, very compelling 2.5 minutes. They basically show that they almost posit that Reagan was a Manchurian candidate of a president, that he was basically just like a mouthpiece for special interests, and that the real power in the White House quietly was Nancy. People were terrified of Nancy Reagan. Miss Just Say No. They were terrified of her because she knew what the fuck she was doing, and Reagan was kind of a bit of like, he was an actor. He was an actor. He was saying lines, forgetting lines by the back half of his second term. He was, starting to lose it. But I'm fascinated by this. You know me. I like me some politics stuff. I'm gonna watch it regardless. But the way they've kind of constructed this documentary, I want to check it out. So this thing drops. It says it's coming out. What was it? Sunday the 15th. Although if Showtime's precedent is followed, I think they'll probably drop an episode late Saturday night. So I might be watching this 9 p.m. Pacific time Saturday. And why not? Because the major domo this slate is going to be The Crown. And yes, I can feel your guys eye rolling already. 20,000 for Olivia Colman. Eduardo, what are you doing? I know it seems excessive. I know some of our most expensive titles, or some of our most expensive titles and actors have not performed in the recent past. But I will tell you why I think this one's going to perform. One, there's been a 1.5 break. It feels like it's been 2 years since we last saw season 3. So it's been a healthy break. At least it's felt like it. I don't know. Maybe this past year's been like dog years when it comes to how we've survived it. But anyways, I think we are hungry for this. Season 3 was excellent. Oh no, it was just a year ago. All right, I'm sorry, but it feels like it's been dog years. I mean, it's probably one of the most expensive, well-produced shows Netflix does. It's incredible, just incredible. So I am looking forward to seeing it. I know a lot of people are. Some of the early reviews are outstanding, and I think people are just hungry for more Crown content. And the real life royals are just so messy. Every week there's some new gossipy, backstabby little drama coming out of Kensington Palace. So I think the public is primed for this. I think this has genuine 120 point potential. I don't think it's gonna surpass The Last Dance or anything, but I think this has legit 120 point potential. You are paying for points, not for value. It's not even gonna be close. Trust me on this. And then lastly, let's take a quick look at I Am Greta. I don't kind of know how to. I think this one is going to make your lowball call sheets, and I say that only because just the pure politics of it involved. I mean, I don't know why inherently saying you're for the environment is inherently political, but apparently in this country it is. Look at these scores; they're just shitting on this. I haven't seen the biography. I probably will have it up on my third screen come this weekend while I'm working on the game. But my goodness, I mean, they're just hating on this biography around this young teenager who has Asperger's. Apparently, that's why her face always looks the same. Happy, sad. I think intrinsically, doesn't express a ton of outward emotion, and so it's wild that people are just dumping on this because it's Greta, but they're doing it. So this, I think, is definitely going to be or at least the one. This right here is going to be your optimal lowball stack right here. These three, and then build your lowball call sheets around I Am Greta. If it somehow gets a huge sea change of public opinion, that would be great. I am very pro-environment. Shit, I'm from Seattle, for crying out loud. But I just don't see it coming, so that's why this is probably, I think, our lowest salaried title of the slate. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing. Get those call sheets in by 6 p.m. Pacific time Thursday. Good luck to you all. Congratulations to the winners. Me. And I'll see you back here Thursday night sometime after 6 p.m. Pacific time. Thanks, everybody.